Shice, the voice of Brooklyn. We got that TV exclusive. We got that TV. What's up?
If it's music, you know we got that. Interviews with who, you know we got that. About fashion, hey, you know we got that. The video just dropping, hey, you know we got that. Hey, you know we got that. Shice, the voice of Brooklyn, you know we got that. Hey, you know we got that. Anything you wanna see, baby, you know we got that.
Applause, y'all. Give him a volley of applause.
Man, to give DJ Magic Hot 97 all that's a go. You rocking with Shice, the voice of Brooklyn. I'm saying it. I'm endorsing it. You know what?
And that's me. And he not kicking me out his damn car. I don't give a damn.
I might. No, I'm not. That's fair.
I'm flattening tires around here.
Them the same dudes wasn't with you.
Yo, come on out. Mr. C putting the wallop on. It's gonna be something special, man. Come on out. Shice, the voice of Brooklyn. Come on out to finish it, Mr. C.
All right, y'all, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town, and you're now tuned into another episode of We Got That. So, right now, I got a topic that I want to talk about. So, I hope everybody's doing good in their quarantine. So, I have a topic, and the main topic today is a nurse quit a job today. Well, not today, but she quit a job basically because of the COVID-19 virus, and she was sent upstairs, and she said a whole lot that she didn't want to work where she could get sick. But my question is to the people, do you agree or do you disagree with that? Because as a nurse, you know what kind of job you have. That's like saying a cop, I'm not going out to go break up a fight, or I'm not going to respond to gunshots. And you say, well, do you know what your job description is? Do you guys agree or disagree? I just want to know. So while you sit and think about that, I'm going to play a video, because today I'm going to play some videos. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to play a whole lot of stuff. So matter of fact, let's start with a little mix. And if you want to call in, don't forget you can call us up at 718-506-8743. Once again, you could call in. The number's on the top of the screen, 718-506-8743. We'll be right back after this. Let me.
These niggas ain't poppin'. Niggas pop a lot of shit, pop a lot of pills. I tell my bitch pop that pussy, somebody shot and kill. I'm a magician with these words, David Copperfield. You stay tricking on these birds, try Copperfield. Real eyes, real lies, real lies. I don't know, I know what paralyzed could get you paralyzed. Pronto, but I can't say paralyzed, cause my freedom wasn't paralyzed. Niggas get sent to paradise over a paradise. When the paramedics, operating where your head and your chest is a badger a witness. Feel sorry for you, it's too bad you're a witness. I don't know what's worse, the niggas with the badger a witness. I ain't giving no passes, I'm no point guard. Point guard out, he'll get the point guard or a knife point. God, I'm on point, God in the scene. At this point, God on the scene. Ain't no point guarding them, sheesh, I'm a monster. How many times I gotta say it to you? How many ways I gotta say it for you? Nigga, I ain't playing with you. How many times I gotta say it to you? How many ways I gotta say it for you? Nigga, I ain't banging you. How many times I gotta say it to you? How many ways I gotta say it for you? If I'm lying to lay me down, don't make me repeat myself. I got soldiers, but I bang my heat myself. Send your boy your body, your mans, and tell him that's what you get for thinking everybody your man. Call you on speaker, let you say goodbye to your man. It's a mean business, and I mean business is out of my hand. This is war, and this shit gon' be lit till you wore the fuck out like the funny looking ass kicks you wore. If you don't belong, then it won't be long. Well, kinda sorta, cause it's gon' be blonde. Now let out, listen. I'm nobody's fan, but I'm cooler than AC. Ultimate rider, OJMAC. Not the gamble you wanna take that to AC. Niggas fighting to claim king, I'm the AC, I'm the one. Win some, lose some, I already won yourself. Fuck out of here, you already done. You was just a feeling, the feeling is great drug. You no penicillin, my penicillin, you're fake, fuck out of here. How many times I gotta say it to you? How many ways I gotta say it for you? Nigga, I ain't playing with you. How many times I gotta say it to you? How many ways I gotta say it for you? Nigga, I ain't banging you. How many times I gotta say it to you? How many ways I gotta say it for you? If I'm lying to lay me down, don't make me repeat myself. I got soldiers, but I bang my heat myself. Niggas ain't fucking with me on no level. I've been telling y'all niggas that's all. I ain't even gotta say much more to you niggas. Just remember, when your ass fall to the asphalt, just remember it's your dumb ass fall. That all.
It's your man, the light-skinned one of the world, aka Squeaky D, the original violator, baby.
It's your boy Hero, the favorite Puerto Rican.
You already know what is that fella doing. Before there was many after him, there'll be none.
None, zero.
Super Dave, baby, smooth operator in the house.
But Dave, yes. This is Chris Ali, and I am the boss. And we are here on Volley's Radio. Check us out.
Violator Unlimited Radio. Every set from 3 to 5. Keep it locked right here.
Hey, yo, check this out. For all the pioneers, I'm going way back, way back.
We got the hottest DJs coming to you live.
In the mix.
From 3 to 4. Log in every set on iAccess.
Yo, check it out.
Unlimited Radio.
Today's topic is a nurse quits her job today because of the COVID-19, and she was to go upstairs to the ward, and she was not ready to go upstairs. She said that she gets sick and she didn't want to go, so she quit her job. Now, my question to you guys, do you think she was right or do you think she was wrong? What are your opinions about this right now? Shout out to my boy Ray Sites. Shout out to my man Elmore. What up, SSD? Shout out to Dustin, everybody that's checking in, and shout out to everybody on the Carnival Paradise, my home away from home. So again, I want your thoughts. You can hit us up right now. Make a phone call. Hit us up, 718-506-8743. That's the number up on the screen. Just let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think that this lady was wrong for quitting her job, knowing that she's a nurse? Now, I have a couple of opinions about that. It could go either way. Am I mad that she wanted to quit because of the virus and it's so bad? But at the same time, you are a nurse and you did get a job that you knew could be dangerous and could affect you and your health. That's like saying you hire a cop and he goes, well, I'm not going to break up no fight. Somebody could possibly stab me or shoot. You know the nature of your job when you get it. So my question to you, do you think that she was wrong? You don't work, you don't eat, plain and simple. Oh, shout out to Jacob Williams. He said, you don't work, you don't eat, plain and simple. That's a fact, and a lot of people might feel. But my question to you, Jacob, is do you feel that she was do you think that she was dumb for quitting her job? How do you feel about it, knowing that she's a nurse and that this job basically is considered dangerous when you looking at diseases and stuff? Like, you took an oath to take care of sick people, no matter how sick or how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, do you think that she was dumb? Do you think that she was right? Like, I want your opinion. So if you want to call in right now, 718-506-8743. All right. So it's a whole lot. And tell me what you're doing right now. Oh, we got a caller. Let me see what's going on right now. Let's see who this is. Caller, you on the air. What's good?
What's going on, man? What's up?
Yo, Dustin, what's good, brother?
Hey, man. Hey, so I just wanted to chime in about this. You know, it got me thinking about, we had an incident in our agency where one of our deputies got shot and killed in the line of duty.
Right.
And we actually had a lot of our deputies split after that incident. And that was the first death that we'd had in our agency in, I think it was like the last one was like 100 years ago, like early days.
Right.
So it's just like this, like pandemics and with law enforcement, members getting killed, it makes people think about, do they really have the mindset? And that's where you get the people who are in it for the people and in it for themselves. That's where you separate, that's where the line is.
Right. So here's my thing, and I play devil's advocate, and rest in peace to your partner and your friends. I have friends in law enforcement, and the question is, when you get a job, especially like that, don't you go in with the mindset that today something can happen? Like, when you go for training, to say, this is the job. They tell you what the job is up front, right? Like, they say, okay, this is no joke. This is not a job that can be taken lightly or easy because of the nature of the job. And when you're in the academy, you go through a lot. So if you can't take it in the academy, that you shouldn't be able to take it out, out in the streets. So
that's
right. So the mindset is, as a law enforcement person, you go in with the mindset and say, you know what, this is a dangerous job. Now, can I handle this job?
Each shift should be your last shift.
Right. So, and that's my thing. So, how do you feel about what she did? Do you think she was right? Do you think she was wrong? Do you think it was dumb?
Well, here's my thing: is if I'm gonna have somebody taking care of me, if I'm sick in the hospital, I want to have somebody who's taking care of me all in, who is dedicated on making sure I'm okay, not thinking about themselves first. Because with this profession, nurses, doctors, law enforcement, it's service over self.
Right. And
so if you're gonna have a nurse who's more conscious of making sure nothing happens to her versus taking care of you, then yeah, I think she made the right decision. Because if she's not all in it, her head's not all in it, then she's only gonna make mistakes.
But here's my other thing. Now that you brought that up, here's a question. Now that you find out like people are doing that, do you think that it taints the hospital, right? Because right now we in a critical time. We in a crisis. And people are going and looking forward to going to the hospital to basically find out, okay, I want to go get healed. I want to get help. And now if she does it, who's there to take care of you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, now it kind of puts a strain on the hospital, because now we're like, wow, do these people really care, or are they doing it for the check?
Yeah. Well, and again, that's why I said it. Not everybody's made for the job. They think they are. They think they can handle it, and it's different. It's different being told about stuff and then saying, this could happen, and it happening there in front of you. That's when it really sets in. Like you talked about with the law enforcement thing. They tell you in the academy, this is a dangerous job. You can end up losing your life doing this job. But it doesn't really set in until it happens at home. You know what I mean?
Right. Hold on. I got another caller. Hold on, Dustin. Just hold on 1 second. Let me just answer this.
Sorry?
Oh, wait. They got off. Sorry. Call back, caller. I was trying to get to you. But I have a Teresina. What's up, Teresina? All right. Hold on. Here's the caller. Let me see. Hold on, Dustin. All right, caller. You on the air? What's your name?
This is Rose. I'm a nurse, and I have nursing background. I just want to put input on the topic at hand.
Go ahead, Rose.
Yeah, I really sympathize with the nurse on your topic, because as a nurse, we have a licensure. We go to school.
Right.
We have our degree. What we're trained to do is evidence-based nursing. Evidence-based, when you're dealing with droplet virus protocol, you use evidence-based nervous with PPE. This is proven to work. If the nurse is there, the nurse will do evidence-based practices. What they're asking us to do as nurses right now is not evidence-based practice.
Okay.
We are putting lives in danger by what they're asking us to do. We're putting our lives in danger. We're putting other patients' lives in danger. Reusing the mask, normal protocol, 1 mask per person. You gown up, you go in the room. Once you leave the room, you take it off, sanitize, and you move on to the next patient. They're not asking us to do that. We're not doing that anymore.
Okay,
so that's why I totally understand with her. They're asking us to cut corners and put people's lives at danger.
Okay.
As a nurse, I'm not willing to do that.
So you're saying that the hospitals are basically not following any type of protocol, and they don't even
protocol is out the window. This is a war zone. These patients are coming in there too sick, too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Protocols are out the window.
So as a nurse, I get that you're saying that there is no protocol as far as treating this virus right now, but were there any protocols, like, let's take out the virus right now, but there were other viruses that were basically, I'm not going to say similar, but something like this, or were there any other protocols that basically helped you with other diseases when they come in, you know, and they say, okay, this is what you do, this is how you treat it, this is the gear for it, this is the mask, this is the clothing? Is there anything in place like that for anything else?
Yeah, standard evidence-based droplet virus protocol. The virus spread by droplets. You have to protect yourself from droplets.
Okay.
Ingesting the droplets, touching the droplets. This is why you use the full gown. You wear the yellow gowns, you wear the you wear the mask, and you go into the patient room. You assist them to the best of your ability. Once you come out of that room, you take the gown and then you wash, and then you move on to the next patient. We don't have enough gowns. We don't have enough masks. So I do sympathize. This is what I agree to follow evidence-based practice and to care for my patients. Now, if I'm not following evidence-based practice anymore, there's no way I can safely care for these patients.
So let me ask you this. In the given state that we're in right now, are you really, are you prepared to quit your job if you were sent to go onto a COVID-19 floor or area?
Morally, the way I'm set up, I'm not prepared to quit my job. However, if I get sick, I'm no longer going to be able to care for anyone.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. Now, knowing that everything that's going on right now, what do you feel like you can do as a nurse, knowing the knowledge that you do have? What do you think you can do to protect yourself as much as possible?
The only thing I can do is make sure I'm washing my hands and wearing a mask. They only give us one mask per shift. That's 8 hours, sometimes 12 hours, depending on what unit you work on, with the same mask.
So wait a minute. So you guys don't change masks? So you use the same mask for every patient?
Exactly. I'm telling you, protocols are out the window.
Isn't that a little unsanitary, though?
This is a war zone. Protocols are out the window.
So let me ask you, that one mask, and that's always been the protocol, isn't that a little unsanitary?
No, that has not always been the protocol. Standard procedure, we change masks between patients.
Right. That's what I thought.
But now we're not doing that. Because there's not enough masks to go around. They're telling you we have enough masks. We do not have enough masks.
Well, Rose, I do want to say...
I'm a nurse. My sister's a nurse. My aunt's a nurse. It doesn't matter which hospital you're working on. We work at different hospitals. I'm telling you the same story. It's the same story. The hospitals are frontline war zones. Patients are coming in too sick. We don't have enough equipment, and they're dying alone.
Right.
They're dying alone.
And my question is, so now, have you come in contact or with anybody at your job that basically said that they had the symptoms of COVID-19?
Yes, nurses are coming down sick, and what they're telling the nurses is, if you're not showing any symptoms, come to work.
So if they know that they have it and they're not showing symptoms, they still making you come to work?
Come to work. We need you. Come to work.
See, now this is my problem right here. We got health aides coming to our rescue, and they're basically sick, so the virus is being spread on even through our medical technicians. Would you say that?
Precisely. So it's literally a war zone. You guys, I gotta run, but keep safe, everyone. Try to stay home if you can. If you're not in this respiratory distress, your ER is your last resort. If you're not in respiratory distress, stay home.
Well, we want to say thank you, Rose. The viewers are basically saying thank you as well. Thank you for your service, and we ask that you be safe out there, and make sure that you take as much precaution as you can, and I hope soon that we can get this thing under control.
All right, God bless. Stay safe, guys.
All right, thank you. So, guys, again, the topic is basically if for those who just tuned in, the topic is a nurse got online and she basically quit her job. So what I am going to do is I'm going to play the video and you tell me what you feel and what you think. So this is the video of the nurse and what she put up online today.
I'm unprofessional. I'm upset. I just quit my job. I clocked in, found out that I'm being sent to a corona floor when they know that I have kids at home who I can't send away to stay away from me. My manager sent me to a floor that is being tested for corona. She knows my health history. She knows all of this. I quit. I care about the patients and all, but my family and my life, they matter. They come first. Is evil. She's evil. She knows my health history. I told her my kids don't have anybody to go to while they're here. I can't send my kids away like everybody else. I'm done. I'm leaving. My life matters and my kids matter. Screw this.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, she was very passionate about her message, you know, that she doesn't have anybody to help her with her kids. She's also sickly, and you know, she said that her manager basically didn't care and they sent her up on the floor. So if we have any other nurses, anybody that works in the medical field, how would you feel if that was you on that other end? All right, so don't forget, you can still call us up, 718-506-8743, today's topic. And thank you, Teresina, for tuning in and letting us know how you feel. Max, what's good? Jonathan, I see you out there on that check-in. My man Ray Sites, Terrence Elmore. Shout out to Antonio Hendricks. Yeah, so I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to play a video, and I'll be right back after this, all right? So sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
Glizzy, what you cooking up?
Yeah. Yeah. You know who it is.
Whoa. I might bring the dogs out.
I might bring the dogs.
A couple of cars out.
A couple of cars.
The baddest of bras out. The ladies. In the night with the stars out.
Yeah.
We gon' go all out. I might bring the dogs out.
Bring the dogs.
A couple of cars out.
A couple of cars.
The baddest of bras out. The ladies. In the night with the stars out.
Yeah.
We gon' go all out. I might bring the dogs out. Let me go get 'em. Few B's, so many I can deal 'em. Big B's, you can see it on the emblem. The baddest of bras out. You know me, yeah, you know I came with 'em. When you see him, you ain't even gotta wave. Okay, it's a waste, cause I know you won't get him. Yeah, we gon' ball up like Jordan in the fourth quarter. Trappin' make my money longer. You gotta get yours. Okay, might buy the mall up. That Louis, that Gucci, Balenci. Might even go through the Da Vinci. No matter what store, when I leave it be empty, cause I'm getting money. I got nothing for you. You mad and I don't give a fuck. I do the rundown while I'm clutching the pound. Get K goddess to beat your bitch up, so don't try. You don't wanna war, You don't wanna war. Won't get the chance to even the score, and I might bring the dogs out. A couple of cars out. The baddest of bras out. The ladies. In the night with the stars out. We gon' go all out. I might bring the dogs out. A couple of cars out. The baddest of bras out. The ladies. In the night with the stars out. We gon' go all out.
I might bring the dogs out. You might as well call out. See that bitch that was busy talking shit, I'ma beat her till she fall out. I don't be acting, living my captions. Guess why you bitches is Big Mac? I'm with the actions, switch to the fractions like we got problems in math class. But these are the problems that only get solved when me pulling up with a big backpack. Every nigga that you dick riding all on my body, so we get the last laugh. Funny, right? Go get the keys, get my money right. Eggs always scrambled, no sunny side. Say he like porn, I'm the bunny, right? Hop on the pump with that bungee life. Fuck all the rules, have fun tonight. Cause this pussy juicy is always tight. When I call that nigga, he gon' come always slide. Yeah. I don't know why they be doing the most. Killing these bitches, I burn them like toast. All on my dick, won't you give it a stroke? Blessing these bitches like I am the GOAT.
I'm up in the dogs out. A couple of cars out. The baddest of bras out. The ladies. In the night with the stars out. We gon' go all out. I might bring the dogs out. A couple of cars out. The baddest of bras out. The ladies. In the night with the stars out. We gon' go all out.
What's up, it's your boy Lance Stevenson, aka Born Ready. Now rocking with Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town. You know how we do it, baby.
Where you represent? Where you represent
Brooklyn,
right now?
baby, Brooklyn.
Cash money
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If you're just tuning in, we are talking about a video that went viral where a nurse quit her job because she was sent to go take care of patients that were potentially having the COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, and she got on live and she quit. If you want to talk about the topic, hit us up 718-506-8743, and we have a caller right now as we speak. Caller, you are on the air. What is your name? Where are you from?
Name is Ray Sykes, Queens, New York. What's up? How you doing, man?
That's my guy, Sites Media. What up?
Everything's good, man. Glad to see you back, brother, doing your thing.
Yo, it's good to be back home in the NY. So, basically, we are talking about a topic where a woman who was a nurse quit her job because she was sent to go take care of patients who potentially had the COVID-19, aka coronavirus. How do you feel about that? Do you agree with the situation or do you disagree?
I definitely disagree with the situation. I mean, you took the hippopotamus oath. So
the hippopotamus?
Oh, my bad. The hypocrisy oath. So, I'm just playing with y'all.
So,
as a public, for real, as a public servant, you're sworn to some duties even in times of crisis, because in times of crisis, not everybody is built and equipped for these situations. That's what you were trained for.
Right.
So if you have the people in these situations who were trained for these situations are the one turning them down, like, who do we turn to? You understand what I'm saying? That's like being on a plane and the flight attendant is like, well, can't help you guys. It's going down. Fuck y'all.
Right, and that is the point that a lot of people are making. You took this job knowing that there are things that you might not be comfortable with, and let's be honest, it is a crisis where we do look to our medical technicians, our nurses, our doctors, anybody in that medical field for help. And if you're panicking, what do you think the world is going to do at this moment?
Exactly. With our cops, everybody.
Right.
Military. If these people who are in charge are supposed to protect us in time of danger, and if they're the ones panicking, like you said, if they're the ones panicking and showing no structure, how are we gonna feel? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And that is the big debate right now. A lot of people saying that she knew the job that she took and that she should be, even though this is a crisis.
I think it's more than just the job too. I think she has a mean boss on top of that. That's just playing with her in these times too, as well.
So So now you brought up another point. Do you think that this was just her way to get out of the situation?
I don't think it's her way to get out, but I think if somebody's playing with you a lot in your job, and I think everyone, they just have a level of where they just had enough, their boiling point.
Right.
This just took her over the edge. It's like, now you really trying to play with me. You know my situation, and you really trying to play with me even in these times. I can't deal with it anymore. So I think it has more to do with that than the actual COVID.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So now let me ask you this. You see this lady on live, and she walks into your office, and it's a medical establishment. Do you give her another chance?
Yeah, I definitely would give her another chance. I speak to her about the situation and have a one-to-one with her and understand where really is it coming from. And I think it's really just coming from her boss being an asshole.
Right.
That's what I think it is.
But now let's play devil's advocate, because here I am. If I get sick and I walk,
you keep playing the devil's advocate a lot. But go ahead.
You got to play these things. So my thing is, hello from Italy. Shout out to people on Italy on the check-in. But my thing is, if I walk into your medical establishment and I possibly seen this lady as a patient, I might get scared and say, I don't know if she really can deal with the job, because now a lot of things come into play. Is she capable of doing the job, or is she here for a check?
Yeah, and not only that, doing the job under stressful situations. Because anybody could do a job, but the difference between the top people and the exceptional people and the regular people is able to do your job under stressful situations.
Right, and me, again, I'm not knocking her, and I'm just going with questions that could arise or whatever. I just want to arise. There you go. Good things. I want to make sure that when we go into these places, do I feel comfortable as a patient walking in with this person now. Because again, if I see a cop was there to serve and protect me, and then every time I seen him, he was running away or he was doing something crazy, I don't feel safe in my own neighborhood. You know, I don't feel safe.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So that's the crazy thing right now, and a lot of people are up at arms like, oh my God, like if she, you know, some people are like, okay, that's not bad. She's okay. She's a mom and she's this, but she's also, like you said, a public servant.
Right.
And you are, and your job pertains you to go above and beyond.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You knew this coming in, so it's a dicey situation, man. And you don't know what people are made of until it's times like these.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's going to prove bad for some people when you see what they're really made of, and it's not made of much. You know what I mean?
Right. And you know, like you said, it's a real catchy situation. We're not saying she's right. We're not saying she's wrong.
Saying she's wrong. It's just It's just life, man.
It's life, and she basically wasn't able to deal with it. But the question is, her situation also now affects other people, because now we start thinking, are we in a state of panic? We already was in a state of panic, but now when you see medical technicians and nurses and doctors saying, listen, I'm not dealing with this, and I can't deal with it, it's like, wow, we really don't have a cure. And now people are really getting scared, because it's like, wow,
right, because if I get sick, it's a wrap for me, because the people who are supposed to take care of me don't want to take care of me.
Right. And now where do we go to? You know, now what happens if we get a shortage of people in the medical centers, and who gonna take care of us now? What do we do at this point?
Exactly.
So, Ray Sites, I do want to thank you for tuning in and joining the conversation. You recently check out my man Ray Sites. Ray Sites on Instagram, Sites Media or Cinematic Sites. That's SYTES Media. You did a video recently, which was really dope, with an artist. Give us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, the artist's name, her name is She Real. If y'all haven't seen her before, she was on the Hot 97 competition lately with why am I forgetting his name right now? But anyway, the concept of the song is she wanted to do like a Martin remake with all her verses. So it's kind of a funny video, you know, doing the Martin characters and stuff like that. So y'all check it out, man, if you can. And, you know, give feedback and hit up the artist, hit myself up, so let me know what you thought.
Well, I'm getting ready to play that video right now. I do have it in queue, so I'm going to play that. And I do want to thank you again for tuning in and joining us today. You know?
Thank you for having me, brother.
All right, brother. So stay safe out there. Stay masked up. And, you know, if anybody else wants to join the topic, y'all can call in 718-506-8743. We'll be back right after this. This is She Real, shot by my man Sites Media.
You ain't fucking with me like you used to. I fucked up cause I used you. Never for money but attention was my downfall. Knowing that I should've held you down more. You was my ace, body to body, the one I never had to chase. Now I can't even find you. You just leave me on red on the gram or the book. Blue House and or Kareem, and I swear you got me hooked. I wish I would've known what real love was, but I was blind to the last nigga that hurt me. Thinking you might desert me, thinking you might possess me, control me. I wasn't worthy, was too young mentally for the type of life you were serving. You wasn't ready to settle down, I was still running wild. As those Rihanna depicted by Kelly yelling now. Oh shit, we really was the best though. Fiending for you got me feeling kinda stressed though. Damn. it's my fault. Please tell me how to fix it, babe. I know she don't love you the same. I know she don't need you this way. Said I know it's my fault. Don't act like I'm the only one. You know you made mistakes too. Got another, but I still ain't never met nobody like you. I swear that I'm not myself. I'm missing you on my body. I wonder where you are right now. Got me wishing I could call somebody. Cause you know that we got that once in a lifetime. Probably ain't the right time, but I need that double or nothing. Like love and basketball, come show me something, yeah. Tell me how to fix it, babe. I know she don't love you this way. I know she don't need you the same. Please tell me how to fix it, babe.
But today's topic, again, ladies and gentlemen, is basically nurse quits her job today. Quits her job because she had to deal with patients that had COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. Do you think she was wrong for that, or do you agree with her? I am going to play the video again. If you want to talk about the topic, if you look up on the screen right over here, it's 718-506-8743. You can call in. So I'm going to play the video right now, and you tell me what your thoughts are about the situation. So this is the video of the nurse today, all right?
Be unprofessional. I'm upset. I just quit my job. I clocked in, found out that I'm being sent to a corona floor when they know that I have kids at home who I can't send away for, to stay away from me. My manager sent me to a floor that is being tested for corona. She knows my health history. She knows all of this. I quit. I care about the patients and all, but my family and my life, they matter. They come first. Is evil. She's evil. She knows my health history. I told her my kids don't have anybody to go to while they're here. I can't send my kids away like everybody else. I'm done. I'm leaving. My life matters and my kids matter. Screw this. I'm done. I'm leaving.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again. So do you agree or do you disagree with the nurse for quitting her job? She basically said that she got kids. Again, playing devil's advocate, the job that you signed up for. So, I don't agree and I don't disagree, but I do think that she wasn't capable of handling the job. We had her caller Rose today, who was also a nurse, and she basically stated that there are basically no protocols for this disease at the time, and even our medical staff is in an uproar and they don't understand what to do or what to do. As a patient, how does that make you feel? Call in 718-506-8743, because right now it's really crazy. It's really, really crazy right now. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Shout out to my man Juan. Shout out to Beverly. Shout out to Starang. Wondah, I see you on the check-in. Hit us up, Starang. Let us know what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of people that's on the check-in. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. So again, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree about the nurse who quit her job because she had to deal with COVID-19? We also had Ray Sites up. You know, so make sure you hit us up 718-506-8743. And while we do that, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Maybe we should play some tunes. Let's play some tunes. Let's do that.
Shake it, move, make it, move, shake it, move, make it, move. Let me see you bust it to it in a circle, in a blue rubber bands, make it move, rubber bands, make it move, rubber bands, make it move, rubber bands, make it move. Now she wanna slide with a nigga, rolling up a blunt and get high with a nigga, ayy. Take another ride on a nigga, spin it right around like you was tied to a nigga, ayy. Let me see you shake it in my dead face. Take your friend, get over here and get a bag. From the Bay to the A, where the friends at. When I'm cruising through your city, take care of that.
I like the way she moving, the demo looking fine. I just wanna know if I can see what's on your mind. Go and get your money, baby, I'ma hit your line. Ain't nobody better than you when you in your prime.
Ain't nobody better than you.
Now she gotta cash that.
Ain't nobody better than you.
Now she gotta cash that.
Ain't nobody better than you.
Now she gotta cash that.
Ain't nobody better than you.
Now she wanna cash that.
Shake it, move, make it, move, shake it, move, make it, move. Let me see you bust it to it in a circle, in a blue rubber bands, make it move, rubber bands, make it move, rubber bands, make it move, rubber bands.
If you ain't coming to dance, baby, what the fuck you doing? Feeling all the vibes, I'm just trying to get into it. If you ain't the finest, you gotta be the cutest. Kill 'em all with kindness, you got 'em going stupid. Yeah, spending it a lot, giving it away, taking out a knot, throwing it away, feeling hella high, see it in my face, I'ma get it wet, wetter than a lake.
Came in here to dance while you niggas looking stupid, or you niggas look for love. I ain't coming here for Cupid, said she wanna be my teacher, I'ma gon' be the student, let it back up in my pants, then I slap it to the beat. Rubber bands, make it move, 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 rubber bands, make it move.
Right now we got somebody on the line. Carlo, you there?
What's up? What's up, bro?
What's up? Who is this?
Starang one, main gun, you already.
My man Starang Wondah is on the check-in. What's goody?
Ain't shit, cousin.
So,
yo,
what up?
Cousin, this is what I want to say, right? Listen, I was thinking one way, cousin, but then I had spoke with somebody, and then, you know what I mean, they said something that made a little bit of sense, you know what I mean?
Okay, let's talk about it.
I was thinking like, yo, you know, when somebody's scared, they're just scared, you know what I mean? I was just telling them, like, you know, if somebody's scared, they not gonna hold their ground, you know what I mean? Some people is just, you know, they gonna worry about their families, they other stuff. But the person I was talking to was saying, yo, that's the oath they chose, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So it shouldn't matter.
And that's what somebody just said. Shout out to Nelson. He said, I believe that she was wrong for her making that decision to quit due to her supervisor moving her. She felt that she was needed. At when she went to school, she said, I wanted to be a nurse. So she went to be a nurse on her own, and it wasn't forced. So she should have kind of known what she was going to get herself into.
Right, that's true, but, you know, I kind of look at it from always also, because it's like I was also saying, it's like some people, even though they take the oath, they not gonna hold it down. It's like if aliens come out the sky tomorrow, people are gonna say, fuck this job, I'm out, all right? If Godzilla come out tomorrow, people are gonna say, fuck this police job, I'm out. They're not sitting there shooting bullets at Godzilla. So there are circumstances that, you know what I mean, that people are gonna say, fuck this shit, and some people got to understand that also.
But I hear that.
But the oath thing is also true, though.
Right,
you know
because
what I mean?
here's my thing. Being from the hood, right, you get a cop, right? And when you
wait a minute, let me say one more thing. Also, this is not, like, it's not like this is a person you can catch and arrest and beat up and shoot and stuff. You know what I mean? This situation is scary.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? But it's not something you can really fight.
But again, this is something like, all right, when you go into a job, right? You go into a job with the understanding that it can be dangerous. Like I said, if you're going with a cop knows that it's dangerous, right? And when you get trained to be a cop, they let you know that there are all types of dangers out there. Are you still willing to take that oath? Are you still willing to move forward with that career? You understand? So if I say, hey, put this cop in Brownsville where we're from, you know, you can't tell me I'm not going because I'm scared. That's your job. You understand? That is your job. Your job as a medical nurse is to take care of sick people. If she panics, what do you think the rest of the world is doing right now?
Right, you're right. But on the other end of that, you was a cop, right?
Yes. Well, I work for the police department.
Right, you work for the police department, right?
Yes.
And if you seen aliens coming out the sky and you was shooting bullets and it didn't affect them, would you sit there and still be shooting bullets, or would you run and say fuck this job and go check on your family?
But I would. Can we do something more?
I just want you to answer that first, though.
Can we go with something more realistic?
I mean, no, because this is like, nobody would have thought this was realistic before it happened. You know what I mean?
Right, but
nobody never seen this before.
Right, but we know that diseases are real. You understand what I'm saying? So if you told me that I had to possibly go get a gangster in my law enforcement career, would I be scared? Absolutely. But I do know that is the job that I signed up for.
Well, that's not the questions I asked.
But you can't ask me about aliens because we haven't proven that there are aliens out there.
That's something that would make like this person feels like, yo, there's nothing I can do. Like if I die, who's gonna have my kids? Who's gonna do it? So maybe they're thinking past the oath they took. That's the point I'm trying to make. Some stuff go past the oath you signed up for and the shit you signed up for. Some stuff go past that.
But is this
you know
really?
What I mean? And I understand what you're saying. Like I agree with that. You take an oath, you know all the dangers you could catch. You messing with bacteria, you messing with all types of stuff.
Right.
It's bound to happen. I see exactly what you're saying.
So my thing is with the disease, right? You know that there are diseases. This is just the disease that we haven't equipped to yet. We just don't understand it, right? Do I think that she should have quit her job? No, I don't, because at the end of the day, this is just something we don't understand just yet. But we do understand that there are all types of diseases, and there are things worse than the coronavirus that can kill people. You understand? Right now, it's just that we just don't understand what it is about this virus that is affecting people so much. That's the only thing. So, do I think that she should quit? No, because you know it's a lot of things. But as a supervisor, on the other hand, I say you got to know your players. You understand? You also got to know your players.
You could never really know your players. It's sort of like being in the game, man. You know, everybody's gonna say, "Hey, death before dishonor," and I'll die for, and I'll ride for this, and I'll do that. But when the shit hits the fan, you already know.
Right.
You're gonna see who's who. People gonna tell on you. People gonna cry. People gonna, it's different stuff people gonna do, man. Like everybody, this is the type of thing that makes people see who's who. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna rise.
Right. So let me ask you this. Now, on a flip note, as a patient, let's say you get sick and you see the same nurse at a medical facility, and you're not sick with corona, but you are sick with a serious injury. Do you take your chances with her, or do you feel like she's not the nurse for you? How do you feel about that?
I don't understand that question. Say that again.
So let's just say now she quit her job.
The same nurse quit her job and she's going in.
She's sick.
No,
no. The same nurse that quit her job. She now makes her way and gets another job at another medical facility.
And no, you don't hire her, no.
So you think that she shouldn't be hired again?
If she quit, no. Because she can't handle it, that's obvious.
So now that goes back to what I'm saying, because now you saying that she should have been able to quit because of this, and now
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm looking at it from both ways. That if she's scared, I can understand somebody being scared.
Right.
You can't really tell somebody they can't be scared. You know what I mean? You can't say, "Hey, you can't be scared." Like that's kind of you can't really say that to somebody.
Right. So shout out to Asia on the check-in, and shout out to Miss Johnson on the check-in. She said, "Who's going to take care of her kids if she's gone? And how do you have a vaccine for this already if it takes 2 years for the FDC to approve it?" Well, you want to answer that, Starang?
No, I don't have the answer to that.
All right, here's my thing. I think there's a lot of things that the FDC hasn't approved yet that works on things. So as far as that, I think there's just a whole lot of things that just has to be properly sent to the table for the FDC to approve. You said who's going to take care of her kids if she's gone? Well, that's a question that anybody would ask in a job as a public servant. If something happens to you, what would you do? How would you take care of your kids? Right? Is the kids a good enough excuse to quit your job? Starang, I asked you that question.
Oh, you asking me? I thought you were talking to the lady. No.
Right, so I'm asking you that now. Do you think her kids is a good enough reason to quit the job?
I think for her, yes. She's scared, man. She's scared.
So if that was the case, then we would have a whole lot of people quitting jobs.
You said, but listen, it's like if she leaves this job and then tries to get another nursing job, then I would say no.
Right.
Because now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you ain't built for it, and you just waiting for stuff to go over, and you're no help in that field. Because if you're waiting for stuff to blow over and then try to go get another job, that's not the field for you. So if she's trying to work again in that field, I would say no. It's not a good excuse. The kids is not a good excuse for that. But if it's all really about the kids, then you leave this job, you go, and you be with your kids, and you get a job that's better fit for you.
Right, and I'm asking the people
with less danger.
Right, and I'm also asking the people on Facebook Live that's tuning in right now. Do you think that she should be hired again as a nurse if she goes somewhere else, or do you think that this taints her image? Because right now we have Lee on the check-in. Shout out to Donna who's on the check-in. It says, if I was her, I would do the same thing that she did. She's looking out for her kids and her health issues. All right, so Lee, being that you said that, do you think that you would hire her in another medical facility? And Ms. Johnson says, I don't think she should have quit, but she should have let them fire her so she could get unemployment benefits. Oh, wow. That's also a good way to look at it. Get those benefits, because now that she quit, she can't get those benefits. So, if y'all don't know, I have on the phone my cousin, my man, Starang Wondah, on the check-in. So, tell us what you've been up to so far.
Oh, well, besides staying off the way high from coronavirus, shacked up in the crib with my honey.
Shacked up with the honey. Don't make no honey. Don't make no corona babies.
I'm just, working on the solid ice, Squeeze De Niro, working on new music right now, growing tweeds.
Wow.
And, the whole solid ice stuff, the outfit stuff.
So you've been working on the Solid Ice stuff. Shout out to the whole Outfit and Solid Ice Entertainment crew out there. So you just did I know you just did a video recently that you just released. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, that's Paul Mills, the rank one. It's the Outfit joint, man. It's called No Smoke. We shot it at that new Shirley Chisholm Park in the summertime, man. Shout out to my man Fedaro. He produced the joint.
Okay. That's dope.
And you should be playing it on your joint right about now in a little while, whatever you get it.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I definitely gonna play it. How about right now? I'm gonna get ready to cut to a break. Just let me give this out. So ladies and gentlemen, what we are talking about? We are talking about. Shout out to Lenita and Donna on the check-in. We are talking about the nurse who quit her job because she was sent to the COVID-19 area, and she said she couldn't do it because she had health issues. I will play the video again after we come back from break. If you want to call in at 718-506-8743. And Starang, I'd like to thank you for joining and tuning in with the topic today. And I'm going to play that topic. Introduce it.
You already know this is the outfit featuring Starang One and Paul Mills. No Smoke featuring my man Fedaro, man.
All right, here we go. No Smoke.
And you know where we at, man.
Don't testify, don't testify.
Hit the brakes, no gas. Y'all really want no trouble. You can hate, get mad, but y'all really want no smoke. But y'all really want no smoke. Y'all really want
Niggas think I was somewhere writing new shit. Hoes say I'm exciting, I don't do shit. Hooked up with the outfit, niggas is ruthless. Don't ask, cause I'ma tell them what the truth is. Talking rap, motherfucker, I'm so bored. All this take me back stuff, we moving forward. That's why I go that way when they come toward. Cause them bitch ass niggas be making it awkward. Look, they talk gun shit, don't be in no gun shit. I don't talk about that gun shit, cause I be in that gun shit. Always talking about what they did ain't done shit. But this ain't that shit, this that Starang One shit. So when I want it, I expect to have it, or the tools come out like Inspector Gadget. Look, I don't need a click, just me and a bad bitch. Kick it in the Lando, let me work my magic, you know?
Hit the brakes, no gas. Y'all really want no trouble. You can hate, get mad, but y'all really want no smoke. But y'all really want no smoke. Y'all really want no.
I'm live, back in effect, got me back in the checks. In the era where everyone just rap for the check. See, I rap with the best, so I rap to impress. Yeah, them bars on dead. Like I rap on cassettes, wondering why the mind designed to actually rap. The punchlines, the fine shine that flash in your flesh. Then you come to realize when asked for next, the flow detach your back from your ass and neck. I'm old school and I'm new school, pass the best. Get a nice piece of the toe and grab the set. Made a couple G's from crack, some cash from X. I dabbed in the M, it made me wanna smash my ex. Mother, gassed and blessed, hope the facts you catch. I told my son, eat what you can and stash the rest. Y'all don't want no trouble, ain't no game in this bitch. The flame bang in your brains, hang what's the ring in this bitch. G.
Hit the brakes, no gas. Y'all really want no trouble. You can hate, get mad, but y'all really want no smoke. But y'all really want no smoke. Y'all really want none. Infinity stones. I carry that power like Xanos, making me hard to handle. Don't test the waters, don't test it. Don't touch the fire. Hit the brakes, no gas. Y'all really want no trouble. You can hate, get mad.
Yo, this is Starang Wondah, you already know, man. With my man Shice, talk of the town. It's how we getting down, man. BK, Bucktown, USA, every day, all day. Outfit, solid ice.
All right, y'all. We are back. So, just to give y'all an update, we are talking about a nurse who quit her job today. Let's play the video for those who are just tuning in. And let me know your thoughts. If you want to call in, 718-506-8743. And shout out to Italy. My man said, if I was her, I would do the same thing she did. She was looking out for her kids, and she has health issues. That is a good point. Lee said, no, I would not hire her back because she might do the same thing. Yes, this is just something that open. I understand that there's a lot that we don't understand about this virus, but she did quit on a job when we looked at her for help the most. So it is a touchy situation. The parent in me feels exactly what she did was all right. Ms. Johnson said, animals are dropping dead around 5G poles, and they're cremating dead COVID-19 bodies before a chance of autopsy is unheard of. Oh, that is true. I heard that they are cremating a lot of bodies. I don't know the truth to that, so I don't want to say that is true, but I have heard that that assumption. So who knows? Do you think that this 5G thing is part of the COVID-19? I'm hearing a lot of conspiracy theories. I'm hearing a lot of theories about this stuff, about the 5G polls and all of that. But this is just a real difficult time for everybody. I hope everybody is out there being safe. What we should do is we should be in the house listening, and instead of trying to be outside and listen, let's try to figure it out, contain it. We have to play our part. We all have to play a part in this. So again, if you want to call up 718-506-8743, I'm going to play the video one more time, and you tell me if you agree or disagree, all right?
Be unprofessional. I'm upset. I just quit my job. I clocked in, found out that I'm being sent to a corona floor when they know that I have kids at home who I can't send away for, to stay away from me. My manager sent me to a floor that is being tested for corona. She knows my health history. She knows all of this. I quit. I care about the patients and all, but my family and my life, they matter. They come first. Is evil. She's evil. She knows my health history. I told her my kids don't have anybody to go to while they're here. I can't send my kids away like everybody else. I'm done. I'm leaving. My life matters and my kids matter. Screw this.
All right, so you got the gist of what's going on. Shout out to Leroy on the check-in. Shout out to Star the show. She's on the check-in. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, give me your thoughts. Do you think that she was wrong, or do you think she know the job that she signed up for? What do you guys feel about that? And if you've seen her in another medical facility, would you let her treat you, or would you feel some type of way about that? There's a lot of issues going on around, and that this situation raised. So tell me what you think. Call us up 718-506-8743. Shout out to Ben. What up on the check-in? We got a lot of people that's on the check-in, and I like to thank everybody for tuning in. And before anybody else calls, just know that I am back in New York. I am back on my recording ish. As you can see, my office has become my new studio for now. Don't mind the blue sheet back there. I'm changing that with a poster. It just hasn't arrived yet. So we here. And shout out to everybody at this time doing the best that they can to not get the COVID-19, keeping your family safe. Shout out to some people that I know who are affected by this. My prayers are with you. It's not that we gonna come through this. This is something that we are gonna come through. We do have a caller. Let's see who this is. Who's on the air?
Yo, you can hear me?
I can hear you. Who is this?
Yo, the star of the show. You already know, son.
Star of the show. What's poppin', star of the show?
Nothing, man. Welcome back and all that good stuff, man. I'm happy to see you back, bro.
Me too. I'm happy to be back. If y'all don't know, this is star of the show. My partner in crime in Ride and Review. She just does a lot, and she's also a great designer. Star the show headwear. What's going on, Star?
Nothing, man. Like I said, man, I'm happy to see you back. I heard your topic and all that, so I definitely had to call in and give my opinion. You feel me?
So give it to us. Let us know what's going on.
So as far as the lady, I feel like she is not wrong for her decision. Well, I don't know about quitting. I think quitting was a bit extreme. However, I do feel like it's okay for her to be concerned. I feel like nobody, for some reason, no industry prepared themselves for, this whole pandemic.
Right.
They knew it was coming, and nobody took the measures to say, you know what, we're going to make sure all of our nurses are fully equipped. We're going to make sure all of our hospitals are fully equipped. We're going to make sure all of our essential workers is fully equipped. Nobody did it before it happened. So it's I understand her being concerned where she probably don't have the proper things to protect her from that virus. So, I don't know. I don't know about quitting your job because at the end of the day, you need the money. and money is going to take a while to come back around. So
Right,
I don't know about that part.
But let's forget about the money. What about the fact that she took a job that she knew could possibly be like this? You know, she took a job as a public servant knowing that, you know, you have to fight things like this. Like I told my last caller, I said, yeah, COVID-19 is serious, but is it really something different because it's a disease? And as a nurse or a medical practice person, you go out there knowing that, you know, there are diseases and everything like that. I think that this is serious because we don't understand it yet. But you did take an oath to protect those who need you the most.
I understand. I think everybody is kind of like in a very paranoid space. Everybody is paranoid. Everybody is just like unsure because, you know, again, our leaders aren't really giving us the real info or whatever. They don't even still know how it's contracted, whether it's an airborne virus, whether, you know, it's just person to person type of thing. Like, I don't think anybody really knows until the story continues to unfold. So, I mean, I understand the paranoia. I don't know about quitting her job though. That's a little stretch.
Right, and here's my thing. Now, you go into a medical field and you see this lady in a doctor's office that you go in. Do you take your chances with her, or do you feel some type of way about it?
I definitely feel some type of way. I mean, because now I know how she really feels.
Right.
You know, she don't really want no parts like that. You know, I know that her heart not really in it like that, so it kind of seems like she don't really care.
Right. So let me just read some of the comments that we have. Ben says it's a hard place to be in. Being an emergency service is hard because it's what we signed up for. It's hard to avoid. I agree with that. You know what you signed up for. You just got to take the necessary precautions. And I think medical staff, I know we don't understand what this is, but I do think that we know certain things that we could try to protect ourselves from this situation. You understand what I'm saying? Then we have Lee, who says, but I don't get it. She knows what type of job she getting herself into. That's a fact. She knew what she signed up for. Miss Johnson says, I completely agree with her decision because although she did sign up for the job, I'm sure she didn't think that the time would come when the services are needed the most, she would be endangering the lives of herself and others. I disagree with that, Miss Johnson, because when you become a nurse or a public servant, you already know that at some point you could be risking your health as well as others. You understand? Because that's the nature of the job. This is not the first disease that we've come across, but it is one that we don't understand at this moment. When the Zika virus and all this other stuff came out and it was new, everyone panicked. Yes, we did have deaths behind that. But this one, I think because it's so much in the media, that this is so, it just seems like it's so much different. Shout out to my man Benji. He said, yo, Shice, I have to call in on this. Call in, brother. We are here. Let me see. Ms. Johnson says, I would hire her again because she has worries that everyone else is having as well. Yes, she has worries as everybody else. But just as a cop, if a cop is running away from the danger when we are hired to protect them, and I'm not saying they should be foolish with going into this stuff, but when you have somebody there to protect you and they not doing the job, I don't care what job you're in, you do not go back and hire them again, because it just shows me that she's really unsure of what she wants to do, and
she's not really about that life.
Right. And how can I trust her with this if how can I trust her with my life when she ran away at the first sign of danger? You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing that bothers me the most. So, Star, what have you been up to? I know you've been working on some clothing lines and everything. You all over the place. What's going on?
Listen, this pandemic got me stressed right now, bro. Trying to get everything in order. A lot of places is closed, so as far as production, everything is like slowed down. So I definitely do have some designs that I wanted to release for the spring. We are already in spring. Still haven't really gotten the spring weather yet, but it's coming. So I'm just hoping that everything kind of start picking back up so that I could get these pieces into production.
Right, I hear you. I'm with you on that. And just make sure that I get mines. We had a caller disconnected, but I gotta get mines. Like, I'm ready. Star of the show is definitely doing her thing. Hold on, I think I have a picture up here as well with me wearing one of your hats. Me looking me looking as sexy as I want to look. Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do that.
My pieces have that effect on everybody, bro. Make everybody feel sexy. You heard?
Yeah, your piece. It was. So I'm not really sexy. Is that what you saying? I just feel sexy. Hold on, Star. I got another caller. Hold on. Don't hang up. Hello, caller. You on the air?
What's up, man?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Ben from the cruise, my brother.
What's up, Ben? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. We talking about a topic right now, basically about a nurse who quit her job because she was sent to go take care of people with coronavirus. Do you think she was wrong?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm 16 years this year. I've been in emergency services.
Mm-hmm.
Fire, EMS. I've worked in a hospital setting. I hate to be that guy, but I mean, really, truthfully, it's an inherent danger.
Yes.
I mean, you look back a few years ago when the whole Ebola scare come around. Everybody was freaking out. Hospitals are going on lockdown day in and day out. I mean, just even now, with the hospitals that we have in the area I live, they still have prep carts for Ebola patients that could still come in.
Right.
The fact is, this pandemic may slow down in 2 months, 3 months, by the end of the year, you don't know. And you still may see patients for a year or two after this is over with on a larger scale, after the government's taken, do not contact orders and shelter-in-place orders away. I mean, just today, the state of Georgia, they're putting in a total shelter-in-place starting tomorrow.
Right. And
they canceled schools for the rest of the year. I think the mass hysteria that's surrounding it right now is the fact that, we don't really know how to treat it. If you take the statistics from the flu and compare them to COVID-19, and you look at the mortality rate of the flu virus, whether it's flu A or flu B, far succeeds and is larger than what you're seeing with COVID-19.
Right.
The issue that I think is causing the problem is that on a larger scale in the public health system, they're still struggling to find ways to test for it.
Right.
Just this last week, they started finalizing some of the ability to test blood work for antibodies for people who didn't show symptoms, and that's the biggest thing. You have people who present with symptoms, but the symptoms range in such a broad spectrum, and then you have patients who are asymptomatic, meaning they show no symptoms.
Right.
So you could be walking around people every day who have had it or have it, but they don't show symptoms.
Right.
The thing you're seeing is, your different demographics, like your immunocompromised and immunodeficient age ranges, predominantly your elderly people,
right.
Some of your younger people, they're the ones that are showing the symptoms. People your age, my age, and in between, who are relatively healthy, active citizens, they may not present with anything. That's where the danger's at. You could be exposed to it and never know. I mean, case in point, I've been in EMS and fire for years. I was exposed to tuberculosis but never knew it. But you don't see mass hysteria of that. I've been exposed to bacterial and viral meningitis.
Right.
There's no mass hysteria because we know how to treat it. We know how to deal with it. We know how to isolate it.
Right.
Right now, there's no clearly drawn line that says, this is the perfect way to isolate it. This is the perfect way to treat it. Do I think she's wrong in having the concern? No. I mean, I have a daughter at home who is immunocompromised. She has respiratory issues. Her mother and I both work in this field. I have had the question asked to me, well, don't you think one of you at least need to take a time off from your job to be able to take care of her? Maybe so. But I know that even though the scare is there,
right,
our employer at least, and I know tons of employers throughout the state of Georgia, are going above and beyond to provide us with the things that we need to protect ourselves, the personal protective equipment.
Right.
The thing that I think also is starting to scare people is they realize there's going to come a time before before too much longer when this personal protective equipment is going to become very scarce. It's going to be hard to find N95 masks and the different things that you really need to prevent it from the avenues we know. I mean, we know it's airborne.
Right.
We know it's, it can last on surfaces and clothes for, indefinite periods of time.
Right.
But the side note to that is that we also know what will disinfect it, what will kill it, what we have to do from that point to prevent it rather from getting any larger.
But here's my thing, right? You said that you are a first responder, you and your wife, right? My thing, let's just say you said you're a firefighter, correct?
Yep, firefighter.
So now let's say there is a fire that you're based. There is something that comes up, right? And you're a first responder, and that means you're an EMT when you first on scene. That means you might not know what you're treating at first, but would you just say, you know what, I'm not going to do it? Like, would you do something like that?
Oh no, that's the thing. I mean, from a public safety aspect, from police, fire, EMS. I mean, that's the thing. By law, if I'm on duty, I have what they refer to as a duty to act.
Right.
If I don't act and I don't do what's in the best interest of the patient, not only can I lose my license, I mean, there are long-lasting legal consequences that can come from that. Am I going to sit here and say that if the woman genuinely has children at home who are immunocompromised, or her herself is an immunocompromised individual, that she's unfounded in stepping away from that job? I can't sit here and say that she's 100% not. However, possibly could have handled it in a better fashion. I mean, what's to say she couldn't have went to the charge nurses, the nursing managers, the physicians, and said, hey, listen, this is my current home situation, and albeit I know that this is my job,
right,
is there any way I can distance myself from it as much as possible? I mean, I get the rationale of trying to take care of your family. I mean, we're to the point now in our house where my uniforms don't come home. Nothing I wear comes home. And as soon as I come home, I'm cleaning, I'm deconning myself, even at home, and taking showers and all kinds. I'm taking every possible step and avenue that's available to me to keep it from coming into my home. Even our chief here, and he's already made.
And let me just say
already
this.
made the comment: if you come in contact with it and you contract it,
right? And let me say this:
by workers' comp, and we will not let you go home until you're clean.
Right. We don't knock her, right? Because as a woman, as a person, she's scared. We don't knock her for that. What we are trying to figure out is, like, the way she handled it, and she put it up on social media, which can possibly put a whole nother outlook and outbreak as far as a scare. Because if I see one of the first responders saying, oh, hell no, I'm not going to do it, now I really get into panic, because I'm like, if the people who are supposed to help me are not going to help me, or not even trying to be around it, what does that mean for us as a whole?
I mean, I agree 100% with that. I mean, you think about just in the social, and again, I'm not knocking it, but you think about in the social network that she's on, just in those few media outlets, and they see her do that. She's taking credit away from the hospital's ability to put people at rest and treat people. She's putting the public in a position to think that hospital and the people that provide care there aren't doing their job.
Right, and that's my and that's my question to our viewers right now. If you're on Facebook now, that is a question. All right, so we've been going back and forth. Do we agree or do we disagree with her quitting the job? Now, let me ask you this: do you guys agree with how she quit? Do you think that she should put it on Instagram, or she should have let it go, or just did it privately? Because I believe now that she put it up on social media, that it now puts everybody at a panic, because if our first responders don't want to deal with it or can't deal with it, then it looks like you said, Ben, that nobody is capable of handling this.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, and the other thing too for her, the sad part about it is, at least in my understanding of being a supervisor in this field at one time, is when you start looking at those things those kind of irrational, I don't say irrational, those kind of knee-jerk decisions to do things like that will follow you and haunt you the rest of your career.
Right.
She may have put herself in the position to where she goes to get another job in another hospital in the same area, and people are going to know who she is. They're going to know what she did. And do they want to take that inherent risk of that happening again in their hospital, whether mentioned by direct name or by affiliation to her,
Right.
getting put in that same position?
So let me ask you this, man, before I let you go. You see her, and you're a boss in the medical field. Do you hire her again?
Say that again?
I said, if you were a boss in the medical field and she comes to you looking for a job and you notice who she is, do you hire her again?
That's a really hard position. I mean, if I'm looking at it strictly from a business aspect of, you know, even when I was a supervisor, I was an officer in the fire service. I told all of my people, you're either an asset or a liability to the company. Yes, we're a public service, but it's a company. I mean, it is. And at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for the public, but not only what's best for the public, but for the department or the hospital per se.
Right. So I have a question. Somebody told me to
I don't know. I don't know that I could. I don't know if in good conscience, knowing that's the kind of decisions that she makes personally when faced with a situation that everybody else in the same field is faced with, and that's the reaction. Is it a wise decision to hire that person?
Right.
You know.
So I have another a question that somebody wants me to read to you, a statement, and his name is Benjamin too, my man Big Face representing Florida. So he says, as a veteran of 2 wars, I will say this: if a soldier gets hurt in war, he can go back into war. The nurse in question supposedly was a cancer survivor. She gives her more. This gives her more a chance to catch this disease and bringing it home to her kids. She supposedly has 3 kids. I agree with her. Wondah corrected me. This is not a disease, but a virus. So he put it in the war sense. So he's saying that he does agree. So shout out to Big Face for that. Somebody else, Cherie says, yes, she should have. I'm a nurse. No one has our backs. So Sharice, I am gonna ask you if you're available to call in, because I would like to get your thoughts as a first line response, and how you would handle it. She would have. I'm a nurse. Back. Not even you guys, the patient. Someone has to set a standard to let these hospitals know that they need us, not the other way around. Oh, that's a good point. That is a great point. Remember when
and I know inherently too that, I mean, it's if this was any other thing, if this was a larger outbreak of the flu and things like that, where we had the ability to vaccinate for this,
yes,
or something like that, the outlook on this whole situation would be different. You know, the thing is, and I'm not an epidemiologist or a disease doctor, but I know the things that we're seeing on the front lines. There is starting to show proof that if you do contract the virus, whether symptomatic or asymptomatic, some of these people, or the majority of these people, I think it was something to the tune of about 80-something% were showing that once you had contracted the virus and went full, all the way through the whole course of the virus and recovered, that your body had produced enough antibodies to where you ran a markedly less risk of contracting it a second time. Now, albeit, nobody still wants to contract this disease and take it home to their family. But
right.
I guess where I see it as well is, whether she works in a hospital or she works in a doctor's office or a pediatrician's office, or if she works at Walmart scanning groceries or at a fast food restaurant, there is still no guarantee that virus is not going to come in contact with her.
Facts.
Right. It's kind of it's a catch-22. And, everybody wants to talk about it. One thing that's been bugging me is you see a lot of guys and girls in the service that I'm in talking about, well, we're essential workforce people. Shouldn't we get some kind of hazard pay for this? And, the fact of the matter is, and not so much for nurses, but you look at what I do, fire, EMS, even police officers. We know every day when we go in and the radio goes off or the call comes out, whether it's a house fire or a bad rep or an EMS call, there's a distinct possibility that I'm walking into an environment that's going to kill me.
Right.
There's just all of this to it. So I don't really, it kind of unnerves me to know that these people got into a field where there's inherent danger. There is inherent reality of you getting hurt, disabled, or killed. And albeit this virus is hard to find, it's hard to diagnose sometimes, and there's not really a definitive line of treatment. Really and truthfully, it's almost another day in the office.
Right.
And I hate to say it, and I know people are going to be like, "No, it's not." How can you say that?
Well, I have somebody.
Like I said, I went 5, almost 10 years into the EMS world, and literally, I can't pinpoint when I was exposed to tuberculosis, but I was.
Right.
It's just one of those things. It's what you sign up to do.
Right.
I can tell you right now, you come here and you poll all of my employees that work under me and with me. Do we like the situation? No, it sucks. But not a single one of them have shied away from coming in every morning at 7 a.m. and clocking in. And trust me, we've transported these patients.
So
we've taken them to the hospital.
So I have somebody who said, Miss Pierre, she said, yes, why not? Why don't people understand that this woman had cancer? We're not taking the fact away that she's sick or she was sick, but we are saying that she's still in a field where we look for her, where we need her. You understand?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And I don't take the fact that she had cancer. And, as a mom, I get it. But when we look at a different standpoint, when we saying that this woman was hired to help those in need, and then she turned her back, it's a scary thing. And again, I want everybody to understand, we're not saying that she's a bad person. We're not saying that she's wrong. We're just trying to understand, because at a point, there is a job to be done. And
yeah, and I want to tell you, I got mad respect for somebody who is a cancer survivor. I have several co-workers here who are existing cancer survivors. Whether they are healthy as they can be right now or not, this nurse, my co-workers, they are all a part of that immunocompromised demographic.
Right.
Just because they're post-cancer event and they're survivors and they're healthy and they're cancer good, they live the rest of their life in a health demographic that makes them susceptible to these kind of things. And for her as a nurse to step off into this field, knowing she's an immunocompromised patient, I got mad respect for that. And there again, I agree with her in that.
Right.
She needs to protect herself. I just think from an employee to employer standpoint, I think personally, I would like to think I would have handled this a little different. I would have went to whoever I needed to go to be like, hey, listen, I'll go work in any other unit you want to, but I myself am in a position to be easily contracted with this disease, and I don't want to be that person and then take it home to my children. I really honestly believe that had she approached it in that fashion, she wouldn't have had to she wouldn't have had to go to the extent that she did. It's a catch-22, man. I mean, she's
right.
I get where she's at, and I feel for her because I have absolutely no doubt in the fact that she was so passionate about her children. She's probably just as passionate about her career.
Right.
To step off into the health field, knowing good and well that you have been a cancer survivor, you have been an immunocompromised patient. I mean, that takes guts because you literally walk and live every day of your life more susceptible to even common things like the flu and the cold, and they will impact her harder than they would impact a non-cancer survivor or a non-immunocompromised patient.
Right. And Sharice, we're not ignoring the fact that without proper PPE, that it should be ignored. My last employer told me people wearing PPE don't wear it all the time. All right, I'm going. Right, so we understand there's not a lot of proper equipment, but we will say this. Sometimes we do face dangers that we don't understand, but we have to take certain measures and certain trainings that we learned about one thing and try to apply it as much as possible to protect ourselves from this. And the thing is, I get it, she has cancer and we're not taking that away from her. I took this job to help people, but I better be given the right tools. Right, I get that, Sharice. You definitely said, I took this job to help people, but I better be given the right tools. Right. So right now we facing an epidemic where we don't understand what this is. So the tools that you do have and that you did learn, you might have to apply that because we have to get it. Because now we have doctors who wasn't equipped for this, but they're there to try to figure this out and to maintain it and treat certain symptoms, right? maybe that could be something you could do to help. You understand? Instead of saying just disappear. Now, Sharice, I see you protecting her. And again, we're not saying that she's wrong. We're not saying she's a bad person. But do you think she handled it at this point well? Do you think she should have got on social media and said, you know what? I quit because they trying to make me do this and do that? Or do you feel like she just added to the problem? That's my question for you, Sharice. And Ben, I want to thank you for calling in, and we're going to take a short break and come on back. If you guys still want to talk about the topic, call us in 718-506-8743. Ben, I would like to thank you, man. And yo, meeting you on a cruise ship. Ben is a person that I met on a cruise ship, him and his wife, and they were firefighters, and we had such a good time on the ship that I was hosting on. And thank you for calling in today, Ben, and stay safe out there.
Yeah, man, you too. Good to talk to you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Stay in touch.
You too, man.
All right, bro.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. So I'm going to take a short break. And yes, Ms. Wondah, I do remember you. And yes, this lady, she prayed for me on the ship. I was going through some things. And I just like to say thank you to you and your family for helping me out in some of the times that I was really going through stuff. And she basically helped me out. You know, Miss Medina, thank you so much. You and your family were there for me, and I can't extend the thanks to you guys as much as you helped me out. And because of you, I'm still here standing, and I'm ready to get back on my stuff. So I'm here. And shout out, I don't know how to say the name, Giuseppe, I'm hoping that it is. He's from Italy, and he reached out. He said there's over 4,500 deaths in Italy, and you know, we want to extend our warm wealth to you, and stay safe out there in Italy, man. Like, this is something that is really crazy right now, and we just don't understand what's going on. But we do have to try to get a hold of it, and we have to stick together. This is something that is, like I said, it's worldwide and it's affected, but I think that it's just because we don't understand that it looks so bad. A lot of people raise the point that the flu has more death than this virus, and the ratio outnumbers it on the flu side. But I think that because we just don't understand what's going on right now, that this is what's happening. Shamika says she also has to look out for herself and her kids. I agree, and we're not saying that, but we're also saying that you did take a job that you kind of understood. We do have a caller right now. Let's see who this is. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Sharice.
What's up, Sharice?
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right.
So tell us what you were talking about. For those who just tuned in, we're basically talking about the topic of a nurse who quit her job because she was sent to go take care of people with COVID-19. And Sharice, you said you're a nurse, correct?
Yes, I am.
So how do you feel about the situation?
I mean, I agreed with her. And trust me when I say what I'm saying, it's not to per se defend her, but I agree with her because if she didn't do what she did, a lot of people wouldn't understand what us nurses go through.
Right.
What we go through is the people high up in hospitals and clinics and stuff like that have never, ever dealt with patients. Don't know what it's like to do one-on-one patient care. All they care about is the dollar. So when they tell you, oh, don't wear that, you might scare patients. Oh, we're scared, try to reuse it. So you're putting us in danger because we took on this job to do the dangerous things, yes, but you should be properly equipping us and not trying to figure out how to save money, risking our lives at the same time. Because if we die, then who's going to take care of the patients?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. That's the only issue I have, is if she didn't do that, then nothing else will be seen. We need more patients and the regular people out there to defend doctors and nurses that are out here on the front line. Because without y'all, yes, there could be a mass walkout. Then what would y'all do?
Right.
Because nobody has our back.
But
and we're not doing that because we don't care. Trust me, we care. But if we're going out there without the proper equipment and we start dying off, who is going to take care of this world right now?
Right.
Who?
And here's my thing. I get you, and I don't want you to think I'm just playing devil's advocate. I like to play both sides. Now, as a nurse, I get it. There are jobs that we all I worked in law enforcement, and do we have bosses that don't understand what we deal with on a day-to-day basis with the people on the outside? Yes, I agree with that. But at the same time, that is something that we must fight. And again, I'm on both sides of this, right? Because that's something, you still took the job to save people. And you have, I'm not saying you understand the virus, but you do understand a lot about other viruses that you could probably apply certain things that you have learned and try to stay out of harm's way. Not to say fully, you understand? Mm-hmm. But we look for you to help us out in our time of need for those who don't know anything. And I just don't feel like she should have got on Instagram and put it up there like that, because now my thing is, if I go to a hospital, I don't think you know what you're talking about. And then that can cause another panic for you guys, another dangerous situation for all our medical staff, because now you got angry people who come in, and you know, like I know, I've also did for 6 years. And when I did that, the patients come in and they already on 10 because one, they're sick and they don't understand it, and now they're like, oh, well, you don't even know what you're talking about. So how do you now maintain order if she does that?
Well, see, that's another. We all play a part in this role of medicine, from the patient, the nurses, to the doctors, to the bureaucracy up top. And what needs to be understood is, we're not just taking this on just, out of pure fun. A lot of us do this from the heart. So there's other things we've learned that we can apply to the situation, but please don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. Regular surgical masks do not stop viruses.
Facts.
We don't have the proper mask. Forget our eyeballs. We can find ways to cover our eyes and our head and stuff like that, which you've seen doctors are doing and nurses are doing. They have the battle scars. But if we don't have the proper mask, we can inhale that. And then we're sick, and now other nurses are taking care of us, who now are going to get sick, and then the catalyst begins. So if we don't even have the mask, please don't tell somebody who's already immunocompromised.
Right.
To go ahead and still do it. She said it. I told them I'm immunocompromised. There's other people they could have used, but the people high up don't care. They don't care about our well-being. They don't care about it because they're not run by real doctors. Most of these hospitals are not run by real doctors. They're run by PhDs.
Right.
That's it.
So let me ask you this. Now, let's just say you were working aside this woman, right? And she raises that she don't want to do it. She is not going upstairs. And then they send you. How do you feel at that point?
I'm not immunocompromised. If I have the proper equipment, I'm going to look out for my sister. That's my sister. And one thing about us nurses, we need to remember we're all sisters, no matter where we're at. When 9/11 happened, because them firemen from other states said, well, that's not my state. I'm not going up there. No, those are their brothers and sisters they went to help, right? So we need to do that across the board. Right. We need to remember that, all right, if she's immunocompromised, yeah, I may be tired. And yeah, I may bring the stuff home to my kids, but I have a better chance of fighting it than she do. If I have the proper equipment, go to my floor, it's whatever it is, you'll be fine there, and I'll work for you. Because we have to look out for each other, not just as doctors and nurses, but as our fellow man. I just posted a video. I don't know if you saw it. It's tiring.
Hello? Sharice? Uh-oh. We lost Sharice. Oh, hopefully she'll call back. I don't know what happened. But Sharice does bring a good point. She says that they're not properly equipped with the stuff. But again, we still look forward. And now she raised another point that, are they looking out for each other? Was there somebody who probably could have said, hey, I'll step in? Or are they looking for self? All right, hold on. I think that's Sharice. Sharice?
Yeah, I think Donald Trump cut me off. Donald Trump cut me off, y'all.
Donald Trump cut her off. Lord have mercy. He was like, no, you are not going to tell the secrets. Bye. Click. So,
I mean, it's true if you think about it. I mean, he's about to bring back Obamacare.
Right.
He's the one who tore it down. Like, we need all the stuff that's happening to happen to open the eyes of everybody. What she did, people aren't going to agree with. Some people are going to agree with.
Right.
But I don't think she didn't just say, you know what? It's a virus that might kill me. I don't want to do it. No, she didn't, compromise. That's all she was trying to tell them. Look, I don't need to get sick extra and then take it to my kids.
So do you think she handled it right, or do you think that she could have handled it different?
I mean, if we're going to say she handled it wrong, then all the doctors and nurses that are making videos right now to show what we really going through is all wrong. And it's not the case. I feel she's 100% within her rights to do that. Because how y'all going to know what's going on if we don't post it? If we don't talk about it? They don't want us to. So being that they want us to sign gag orders most of the time with our contracts, we need to start dismantling that. Why are we signing gag orders with stuff they're doing wrong to us? Why should we be quiet?
So now
you guys as the patients should be like, you know what, that's messed up. Because they need y'all too to pay their bills.
And
they need y'all.
Right. So we do. All right. Here's my thing. As a patient, right? As a person, I feel like I'm not against her. Like I said, I don't think that she's wrong, and I'm not saying that she's right. But when you see somebody in the front line panic, it brings a bigger panic. You understand? And my question that I asked other people on the line, and I want to ask you because you are a nurse, if you've seen her at another medical place and you are a patient, do you trust her?
I don't see why this is a distrust thing with her. Like, oh, she didn't. To me, she didn't incite panic. She didn't add to the panic. She just gave it real.
Okay.
And what we need to stop doing as people is stop being so thin-skinned. This is that real.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. If you're not taking it that way, you know what? I'll see you in the ER then, because you're not taking it that serious. Yes, we should all be freaking out. What the heck? Because the higher ups have let it happen this way.
Mm-hmm.
No, she did, and if she was to come to me to get hired, I hire her because I know what it's like to be looked at like trash.
So
we want your skills, but you know what? Your life don't really matter.
So you don't have no concerns that the video that she put out puts a panic in people to say, hey, nurses, doctors, or nobody in the medical field know what they're doing.
If people are thinking they don't know what they're doing, then they're not thinking correctly.
Okay.
She did not post that. And if you're thinking that that's what she's thinking, then you know what? We got a long way to go.
No, we're not saying we're not saying that that's what she's thinking, but
I'm saying if people are judging that video and saying, "Oh my God, these doctors and nurses may not know what they're doing," then they're thinking wrong, and we got a long way to go to fix this whole scenario.
Right.
No, we are showing y'all that we are out here fighting for y'all, wanting y'all to get better, and these places don't care about us. So do you think they really care about y'all? When it comes down to it. If they don't care about the nurses and doctors, they're not going to care about the patients. It's starting to come down to the fact that nurses and doctors are deciding who lives and dies.
Right. Well,
that's the power we have. Y'all got to give that back to us so we can help y'all, because the government and everybody else higher don't care.
And I agree. And Sharice, I want to take the time to say thank you for all that you do working as a nurse, and I want you to stay safe out there because like you said, you did bring some insight that hopefully people that were on both sides of the fence could probably understand. And now that we do know, because I think you're the second or third nurse that called and said that you guys are not properly equipped, and you know, we do want you to stay safe, and that's, you know, and everybody, I want you to make sure, you know, let's send our prayers to all our medical staff, those out there in the front lines, our first responders, everybody. Let's send our prayers out to them. Stay safe out there, as is what it boils down to, until we can get an understanding of what's really going on. You know, this is a time where we're in a crisis, and we all need to band together. Like Cherie said, you know, this is something that one person can't fix. We all have to band together and help one another as a human.
Yes.
And, you know, so, Sharice, I just want to thank you so much for calling in and giving us that and letting us know. And, you know,
I'm proud of you too, man. You still doing the radio thing. Right?
You know, I'm trying. I came back and I said, what better topic to come back to do it was than to do this, you know?
I haven't seen nobody do this in this form yet. You are the first, and it feels great that now people can see, talk, and maybe get better clarity. That's what you're doing right now. I need to see this more.
And you know what? I'm back, so we're gonna do a whole lot more. So
so you're gonna be the voice of coronavirus.
No, I'm definitely not going to be the voice of coronavirus. That don't even sound like something that I would want to take that name. Be like, the voice of coronavirus is coming through. Be like, nah. But thank you again for calling in, man, and stay safe out there.
Well, I sure will.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short break, and I'm going to come back. we're gonna play another video. This is Captain D Mac. All right, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned because this is We Got That.
What's good? It's your boy GS Vague. I'm here with my bro Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town. And when you're not that famous, you hold your own light like this.
Running cause they never show me loyal. Tryna hit my line now, it's a door. Always hating on it, they never had. Yeah, they really mad cause I'm getting to the bag. I was in my bag, when I got a bag. Yeah, they really mad cause I'm getting to the bag. Yeah, you shorty bad, know I got a bag. Yeah, they really mad cause I'm getting to the bag. Got the tools in this book, in the rules to this shit. They got Rugers and clips, if you move you get hit. Shorty wet off the tip, this shit be true in this shit. I be cruising in this, I'm never losing the trip. Cruising the Rari, you go cooling in it. They see the windows just tinted, they wonder who's up in this. You think I'm new to it, don't know what to do. They see I'm getting money, I got it, ain't nothing new to it. Running the game, I'm in the bench. Shorty a fan, probably gon' fuck again, why? Said I'm a friend. Just me and Frank, shorty she's thinking it's Frank, why? Running cause they never show me loyal. Tryna hit my line now, it's a door. Always hating on it, they never had. Yeah, they really mad cause I'm getting to the bag. I was in my bag, money got a bag. Yeah, they really mad cause I'm getting to the bag. Yeah, you shorty bad, now I got a bag. Yeah, they really mad cause I'm getting to the bag. Talk to me, you see the status. Cute face, I know look at you a savage. On face, I should really get it tatted. That little shorty, you ain't messing with no average. For me, you know I became the pro, baby. She left for me. You try to sound like me, can't keep up with me. I'm the girl from the bros, only got the plan on me.
Wake up, sis. It's your girl OG Nia Lee here. And you already know I'm with my man, Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town. We got this. Woo!
All right, y'all, we are back. Before I get up out of here, I just want to thank everybody who tuned in today up on the live and everybody who had something to say. Once again, we're not saying she was right, we're not saying she was wrong, but we do know one thing, that nobody understands what this virus is and that we need to band together and come figure it out. I want to shout out to my man Daryl Foster on the check-in. Shout out to Lee, Ben, Tim on the check-in. Shout out to Sharice, everybody who called in. Shout out to Starang, Wondah, Star the Show. Shout out to Ray Sites, Rose, everybody who was just in on that check-in. I will be back again. Just look out for the Facebook post. I think I'm gonna start doing more. I'm back home, and this was a real enlightening topic. You know, no matter how we feel about things, we just know that we do need to band together as a people, as a whole, and let's not let the government shut us down, but let's stay safe out there. I'm gonna end it off with a nice video. And don't forget, once again, ladies and gentlemen, once this band is over, you can hire me, or you can just reach out to me if you just want to talk and got some topics, or you want to send videos or music to me. You can send it to shicemrtalkofthetown@gmail.com, or you can send it to shicemrtalkofthetown.com. Whatever you prefer, it's all up there. Just hit me up, send your music, send your videos, and we'll make sure we get that on. Say thank you for everybody who tuned in today, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? This is it. Shice, Mr. Talk of the Town. We out of here. Peace.